Okay, we're live. Welcome everybody who's coming in to watch us today. We're going to go over some things, some strategies, some marketing using social media, Skype, and so forth. Joining us, we've got Don and Janet Legere, we've got James Lee, and we've got Tamara Tobridge so far. And who else knows who else will be coming in on these hangouts here? Lots of legendary figures on here today. And we're going to share with you a lot of our techniques to help us build this 4Corners business. I mean, this is a business that actually has taken me by surprise. When I look at programs, and Janet, you've probably seen this, the same with you, Don. You know, when you see a program that has a one-time $18 cost, you kind of hesitate, thinking, where can you actually go with something like that, right? A lot of us who have been in the industry a long time, we're looking to make, 5 figures a month, 6 figures a month. That's what the dream is of basically everybody out there. And so when you see something like this, it's like, how can you actually make any kind of decent money out of $18? And it's quite amazing. I've been pitched on this program, I can't even tell you how many times, from actually fairly big 5- and 6-figure earners that I know, and I question them every single time. What are you guys doing in this program? Well, when I finally decided to listen here about 20 days ago, I looked at it and I thought, you know what, this is the most ingenious compensation plan that I've seen in a very, very long time. It's one that it'll actually pay you a residual income, and it'll actually pay you up to $120 a referral, which is crazy. I mean, you wouldn't think that, but it's the way that the program progresses. And I'll go through that a little bit more as we go through here. But we want to bring on all the panelists, and we want to talk about, I guess, trying to I don't want to use the word recruit. I like the word referral better than anything else, because we're referring people to a business that can help generate them a fairly decent income. The products in here are personal financial-based products, which are pretty much for everyone out there, because the majority of people today are hurting financially. And I don't know, Janet, if you were watching the news last night, but we're talking about how they were talking about how the oil field is suffering, and oil plummeting, and gas prices plummeting, and then all of a sudden the stock exchange is plummeting, and it's having this 2008, 2009 flashback starting to come to me here, worrying about what the heck is going on with the economy. And this is the good thing. Okay, because when bad things happen in the economy outside the internet, these people tend to go to the internet for the solution, okay, which is good for people like us. So before we get into any kind of strategy sharing and stuff, I want to go across the panel and get everybody's kind of insight as to what their feelings are about the 4Corners. Kind of like what my thoughts were. We're going to go across. We'll start with Tamara. Tamara, we'll start with you, and then we'll work across to Don. So why don't you come on and let people know what your thoughts are on 4Corners, what you first thought of it, and then when you got involved with it, what you thought it was. Over to you.
Thank you. When I was introduced to it a couple other times. Again, like you guys, it was asked 4 or 5 times to look at this, and it wasn't until finally Janet's like, you got to look at this, and only because you talked her into looking at it, so going down the chain, I had to take the time to look at it. I was impressed. I mean, even just from the before I can even get my 4 in, I was already earning commissions because of what someone else was doing to help our team, and so now I'm out there wanting to say, okay, I need to finish getting my 4 so that I can put them in your downline so you would get paid commissions for me doing that for you. So that's what I loved about this, is the fact that the spillovers can still help you. I'm still getting spillovers, and I know that that's just helping me move up the levels, and I'm looking forward to get to the next level. I was introduced to it a couple other
That's, you know what, that's sweet. And you know what, I'm glad that you finally looked at this, and also I'm very happy to be on a hangout with you again. It's been so long, right? So it's really good to be hanging out with you again, by the way. Let's go over to Joan. Joan just came on. Joan Maximiuk just came on. So Joan, we're just talking about just what our feelings were when we first heard about this $18 program, and what your kind of reaction was until you actually joined and realized what it was all about. So we're just going across the panel like that first before we start going in and sharing some strategies. So over to you.
Okay, well, what really, really impressed me was when I went on the comp plan. The comp plan blew me away. For the first time in all my 23 years of network marketing, I actually saw a program that anybody could join, and they didn't have to take a lot of money out of pocket and keep taking a lot of money out of pocket to get ahead in this program. That blew me away. And another thing that really, really impressed me is how simply the comp plan was laid out. You didn't have to be a rocket scientist to be able to figure out how, or a mathematician, to figure out how this comp plan works. It's so simple, it's so understandable that anybody that really is in dire straits financially, that really wants to get out of debt, if they don't have the $18, I'm sure their best friend will lend it to them. So this is a program that anybody can enjoy, so there's no excuses anymore. People who want to get out of debt, people who want to improve their life, people who want to help others improve their life, this program is the one that people should look at very, very closely. I'm just blown away by it. I'm excited. I'm really looking forward to building a team that is going to benefit from this big time.
You know, you're absolutely right, and you know, especially with, like, you know, when I mentioned the economy, especially the way it is right now, people are really tight wallets right now on everything. It's not the fact that people don't have the money, it's the fact that people aren't sure if they want to risk the money. Okay, that's the big thing that's going on today. So, you know, when you come across a one-time programs, one-time payments are ones that people are really looking at. They're not, you know, they're trying to stay away from the monthly residual things, because it tends to put a little bit more risk on them because maybe have limited income or whatever that might be.
Carl,
so this is what makes things really, really good here.
Carl, I just want to interrupt you for a second.
Yeah, sure.
If I could ask all of our panelists to please mute your microphones until you're speaking. So you'll see at the top of the page a little drop down comes up, and there's where the microphone is. If you click it, it'll mute your microphone, because it's playing twice and the guests are getting echoes and I can hear you guys. So this way we can be up one at a time. So just mute your microphone until you're called up to speak, okay? I just, back over to you, Carl.
Yeah, you know what, I was just going to say that myself, so thanks. You shouldn't have muted out, because I'm actually going over to you right now, Janet. So come on and let everybody know what you thought when I first told you about this.
Can I just say one more thing?
Sure.
Go ahead.
I'm so glad that we're, as a team, working together with Carl and with Janet and with Tamara and all the ones that were in the other program, and now we're all together as a group, and we understand each other, we know each other, we like each other, we can grow together as a family, and that really makes me happy.
Well, I gotta tell you, Joan, I love hearing that, and I love your enthusiasm. I was so excited to see you come on board, and it's just, you know, Carl wanted to know how did I feel when he first introduced this to me. So if I could just ask you guys again to mute your microphones there, because I can see that you're still coming up because your microphones aren't muted. Carl, can you mute them all, or I don't know. Anyway. Back over to when Carl introduced me to this, you know, he basically had to drag me to look at it. He says, Janet, just give me 5 minutes, please. And I'm like, all right. And went dragging my feet, listened to it, and I just thought, fine, I'll join. Give me your link. Like, seriously, that's about how I was, right, Carl? I was just like, fine, just give me your link, whatever. And I thought, it's $18. I'll go have a look at it. You can ask Don. He'll tell you his views when he heard me say, we're going to try this. He just rolled his eyes. But then I got into it, and I did the same thing you did, and I went to my best leaders and said, look, it's $18. Just get in it. And I started sending out emails and started set things up for our team, because when I started seeing things happen, because that was really when the magic happened for me, was when I started watching how it happened. Watching videos to explain the compensation plan don't mean a thing to me. I have to see it in action, and I quickly saw it in action. And so I was really excited to see that for the first time, and it is the first time in 15 years, that I've seen a program that I can be a part of and help my team, my entire team, that no one gets left behind. And yeah, it's a matrix, and as the matrix gets bigger, I'm not going to be helping everybody so much. But that's the beauty of this program, is that it's not just me. In fact, I've been keeping track, because I really want to recognize our leaders. We've got James Stone has sponsored 5 already. John Jarvis has sponsored 5. Steve has got his 4. Ricardo's at 3. We got Tamara's at 2. Wayne Randall's at 3. You guys are doing it. You're getting out there. You're spreading the word, and that's causing this amazing effect. We're down 5 levels now that we're starting to sponsor, and the beauty of it is that we've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. 9 of our members that have moved up a level. They're either at level 2 or level 3. That means that they're repurchasing products. It means the system's working. I've honestly never seen anything like this. And I said to Carl the other day, the truth of the matter is, yeah, you have to have a lot of people in your downline to really make good money here, but I think you all get the magic of sponsoring 4. Yes? I just want to see those of you who are live, shake your heads. Do you see the magic of sponsoring 4 and helping those 4 do that? And I mean, $18, okay? Just tell them, just come in, $18, spend it once. It's brilliant. I'm seeing magic happen, and I get excited as I see my downline starting to sponsor, because it's so simple. Just share it. Just tell people, come in, have a look, watch this video. You can't beat it. Anyways, that's me. I'm excited. I'm excited for all the people we can help. It fits perfectly with our Contact List Builder program. That's why we made it a part of it. Our team is excited again, and I know that they haven't been excited for a while, because, you know, things happen, you get let down. Welcome to the internet. That's why you stay part of an amazing team. So thank you, Carl, from the bottom of my heart, for sticking with me, because I can be a little bullheaded sometimes, a lot bullheaded. I think we're a lot alike that way. And I'm excited to be working side by side with you. So over to the next person.
You know, the feeling is mutual, Jen. I mean, you know, you and I have known each other for a very long time, and this is actually the very first time we've actually worked together. And I'm really excited about that. I mean, you know, you're only 2 hours away from me in Calgary, right? It's funny how, and we've never met, and it's funny, you know, how I've been down to Calgary quite a few times, and never had, never even bothered to pick up the phone and call and stuff. Things are going to be a whole lot different now, obviously. You know, I'm a very stubborn guy, just like you are, and everything else. So it's, you know, we get a little hard-nosed and hard-headed sometimes when we get things thrown in front of our face, and it's until we actually look, like you said, we look at it and we see how it works. And you know, what I really like about 4Corners is the uniqueness of that matrix. You got to remember, on the front end, there's what I call a front end and back end to this. The front end is the 4x6 matrix. And it's not like your regular matrix. You qualify for each level in the matrix, which is quite different and quite unique. Okay, that's the thing I love about it, is the way that it does. It does require work. I mean, there isn't anything online that doesn't require work. However, this is like, you know, it's $18 one time. So basically, you know, bag your lunch once a week, right? Just bag your lunch rather than going and buying it. Take that $18 and throw it here. That's about all that it is. You know, I wish that when I had my sports card store, I could have just said, well, you know, I just want to put down $18 and make the money I did out of that. I mean, you know, that would have been the beauty way for anybody, entrepreneur, to do things. But, you know, obviously in in the real world, in the offline world, it's a lot different. But here, with the amazing way, and I'm going to go in and I'm going to show kind of the thing that I did on the last Hangout I did. I'm going to bring that up here a little bit later on and show you exactly the two options that I'm showing my team to do. And it's a very simple option, and we'll bring that up in a little bit, and I'll explain how all the levels get paid through too, so everybody has a good understanding of that. So let's go over to James Lee. James, you and I have never met. I'm glad to meet you. Why don't you come on and let everybody know what your thoughts are on the 4Corners program. Over to you. You got to unmute yourself, James. Right at the very top there.
Yeah, I just did.
There you go.
Can you hear me? Can you hear me?
Yeah, go ahead.
All right. Good morning, afternoon, evening, or whatever. But I'm kind of new to you guys in this group. I've seen a few of you guys around, like Janet and Carl. Carl, I get Skype messages and stuff from you periodically when you were doing the Legends stuff. But the way I got involved is through Steve. So I'm one of Steve's 4. So Steve, I get emails from Steve several, periodically. But what happened is, I'd seen 4Corners a little while ago, right at when they really got started. But I didn't really take a whole lot of time to really look at it and to really dig in it. And I actually joined it. And this was probably over a year ago or so, and I actually joined it, and I know they had a relaunch and stuff like that. I actually joined it. It didn't do anything with it, but got an email from Steve, and it had the video, one of the video presentations that we have in back in what is it, TGI, for the splash page, that video, and I actually took time and listened to that video and listened to the guy explain the comp plan and explain the program. So in my head, I just said, well, let me jump in this. It's one time out of pocket, $18. I blow that daily on stupid stuff. So I said, let me give it a try. So I called Steve and I told him, I said, hey Steve, I get emails and stuff from you, occasionally, and I haven't really pulled a trigger on anything, but I'm gonna pull a trigger on this, and just wanna ride with you on this. So he said, yeah, James, and I like Steve because he's a funny guy too. Get to talk to him. He likes to joke and have fun. So to make a long story short, so I'm with you guys. And I'm looking forward to building this thing. I haven't got my 4 yet, but I'm advertising all over the place. So eventually I will get them. So I'm just here for the ride, for the long haul. So I look forward to getting to know all of you guys.
Awesome. Thanks, James. Well, buckle your seatbelt, my friend, because we're going to teach you some stuff that's going to create you into a monster marketer, okay? Janet, myself, and Don, and a few others that are on here have the experience and the knowledge to take anybody from a beginner to a master marketer in about 90 to 120 days. So be ready for that. We're going hard on this. We're going to be doing a lot of these kind of trainings and stuff like that over the course of the future with this program. We're going to get over to you, Scott, in just a moment. I'm just going to go to Don. Don, you and I think we've talked only once ever, but I'm going to go over to you because that's the second half of the Leger combo that we have on here. And Don, let's hear your feedback on this because I know, like Janet, you were probably just as skeptical and thinking that what the heck is Carl trying to do? So over to you, Don. You there, Don? You're still muted. Try again.
Can you hear me now?
Yep, sure can. Go ahead.
Well, I'll tell you this. It's $18. $18. I don't know. And if you look at the pay plan, it's $18. So your work is to get involved, pay the $18, which we did, and get out there and find your 4. It's pretty simple. So that's why we're excited. I know Jan's excited. So whatever Janet's excited about, Carl, I got to be excited about it, right?
Well, this is the thing, Don. It's really hard sometimes to get really excited in network marketing. I'll be honest with you. There's probably a lot more stress that we bring upon ourselves more than anything. And this here, to me, is what I call a feel-good program. Okay, it allows us to be able to feel good about talking to somebody about something because it's a very low cost. It's a one-time cost. So people are not right off the bat worrying about how to pay their next renewal date in 30 days, okay? That's taking that stress right off the table, and that's probably the biggest thing in network marketing is, when we're dealing with people that are just coming in trying to make some money online versus the entrepreneurials, spirited people like yourself and Janet and myself that have been around, and we have a different mindset. When we get involved in a program, we don't think about how we're going to pay our next monthly payment. That's not even part of our thought pattern at all. Our thought pattern is, what are we going to generate in the next 30 days? That's the thought pattern that entrepreneurs are at. And this is what we're going to be doing. We're going to be transforming all these people that have this thought pattern about, okay, I just joined, how am I going to make my next payment, to, okay, I just joined, what am I going to create in the next 30 days? Okay? That's what entrepreneurship is all about. It's creating your, I guess, your lifestyle, okay? Because this is all basically all about lifestyle. And, we all dream about taking the vacations and sitting at home in the backyard, enjoying while other people are sitting in cubicles and stuff like that. That's what we dream about. Entrepreneurs live that. Okay, we make it happen. We don't dream about having it happen. We actually make it happen. And this is what we're going to be doing. This is a transformation that everybody on this panel and everybody that's listening and that's going to happen with this group. And believe me, it's going to happen to you all. Okay, so let's go over to Scott now. Scott, you and I have never met either. We talked once on the phone. But I'd like to hear your thoughts on the 4 Corners, being part of this team, and where you see yourself going with this program. Over to you.
Well, first of all, I'm a huge fan of math. So, just understanding math, that these numbers work. And so I saw that. I got really excited. Then when I saw, oh, my goodness, this is just $18. That's just, like, stupid. Everybody can do this. And if they don't, they're ridiculous because, let's say they made just $40 from their 18. Was it worth it? They doubled their money, right? That's pretty dang good. If they never made any more money with this, and that's all they did. So I think it's completely incredible. I can't believe I stumbled upon something like this. It was Chad actually that I found this, and it's just really exciting.
Oops, I'm not sure if we lost Scott. Are you still there, Scott? Scott, you there? We kind of lost you for a second. I think we lost him. Okay, we'll wait for him to come back.
Can you hear me?
Okay, still not sure. He's kind of popping in and out. It might be his connection. Okay, I guess maybe what we want to do is go on and just talk a little bit about social media, interaction on social media and Skype. I'm going to share with you some of the stuff that I do with social media. I do it very, very simply, and I want to. I guess my goal is entirely in here is to have everybody in the team, everybody in our team wide, be able to refer 4 people within their first 7 days. Okay, doing that, I don't even want to tell you what kind of income you'll get into in 90 days. Okay, because most of you won't even believe it. Okay, some of you that have never had the opportunity to make $10, $20, $30,000 a month would never believe that it's actually possible on the internet. Both Janet and I and Don, we've all done that. We know what it's like to make that kind of money online. And quite frankly, only online is where the average person will ever be able to make that kind of money. So first of all, I guess I'm gonna share my screen here for a little bit. Then Janet, I'll pass it over to you after I'm done. I'll pass it over to you, and you can comment or screen share on any of maybe some of your techniques. Okay. So I'll just go over to my screen for right now. Just gonna make sure. Yeah. Okay. I just got to. Let me get to Facebook here. Okay. Now, this is the most common and easiest way. Can everybody see my screen by chance? Janet, can you just tell me if you can see my screen? Okay.
We're all good,
okay,
Carl.
Okay, good. Okay, so here's up in the top corner here, at the top search bar, it says search for people, places, and things. This is probably the easiest way for you to connect with anybody on Facebook. Each one of them, LinkedIn and Google Plus and all that, all have their own type of similar methods that are up here. I use Facebook mostly, right? So one of the things that I type in is people that Alberta, okay, that, oops, I want to go over. Okay, that are not. This is what I will go and search. This is the first thing, and it's going to bring up, who knows, 100,000, 200, 300,000 people. I don't know. Calgary would be the same thing. You'll want to probably start, if you're in a small town, you'll want to start probably with the next largest town or major city that's closest to you in your local area. Because one of the big things that we don't do is we never seem to actually market in our local area. Okay, it's one of the biggest things. I'm very seriously problematic about doing that. I tend to market a lot of different places. I've only gone back to this because it seems to be a better place for me to connect with people in my local area. A lot of times, when I connect with people in Facebook, the first thing I'm going to do is I'm never ever going to add them as a friend. Okay, I never add anybody as a friend. So one of the things I do first of all is I look down and I scroll down to see if anybody is basically doing anything that might be related to working online or making an income online. So you can look in the descriptions down here to see if there's anything like School of Hard Knocks. Okay, so this is somebody who is probably, this is Royal LePage Benchmark. So he's obviously a real estate guy, and he's doing the School of Hard Knocks, which means that he does old school type marketing. Okay, so this may or may not be somebody I would connect with. Real estate people, I usually go to secondary. They're not a primary target of mine because they're a little bit different. They need a little bit more of a different approach. Now, I also look for things like watches Shark Tank, Dragon's Den. So this person has an entrepreneurial spirit, okay? So the first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to click on there, and I'm going to write something very simple. I'll go like, hey, we don't. Whoops. How do you spell that? Entrepreneurial spirit. Your thoughts are. Okay, something very, very simple, okay? We can also, and this is very important, okay? This is very, very important because I'll tell you this. For the last 15 years, 80% plus of all the people I close in business are done on Skype. Okay? And then I'll just send that off. Okay? Now, you can create any kind of basic introduction that you'd like, something along those lines. We don't know each other, but I'm looking for like-minded people. I don't really like using like-minded because that's so old and used out. I try to change things up. Entrepreneurial minds. I see that you're an entrepreneur. Let's see if we have any synergy. Let's connect. Here's Skype. Let's connect on Facebook. Something like that. And I'll go through and I'll do about 15 to 20 of these a day. Don't do any more than that because then Facebook will start monitoring you. You want to stay under the radar on this kind of stuff, okay? And again, you can go into LinkedIn. Now, if any of you are familiar with LinkedIn, they have this thing called connections. Keep in touch, okay? Now, this is what I do, and believe it or not, I have just a simple thing here. I'm a lifestyle coach and mentor. Okay, so I have a signature that I copy. It has my Facebook and even has a join link to my program. Okay, and this is what I do on here. Like for instance, this guy's got a birthday, so I'll go happy birthday, and I'll just copy and paste this in here. Okay. Now, what happens is 9 times out of 10, these people will come back and they'll connect with me. Okay. And a lot of them will have gone to my link and said, hey, what's this? Okay? I'm not even pitching them. I'm just putting that post in there. Now, here's another one that I would do, like on congrats. Okay? I would do something like this. What do you and then I will put my signature again at the bottom. Very, very simple. Okay? Now, as you go through all these, and there's quite a few in here, you'll get to a point where you'll see more people on here, and it'll say connect. Eventually, after you go through all the say congrats and the happy birthdays, it'll go connect. And on connect, I put a very simple thing that says, thanks for connecting. Let's connect on Skype as well. Feel free to share what you do. Very, very simple. Don't go pitching anybody, okay? Don't pitch them because they're already tired of that pitching that's going on. So you could do the same thing going into the people area in here in Google+, okay? Now, a lot of times what I do is I'll go in, I've created a category that, has business contacts, okay? And I'll go in and I'll pick a few people at random. Sometimes I'll go through and I'll do 50 people in here. And I will click there and I will add them to my business contacts, okay? Now, when that happens, okay, when they accept, a lot of times what's going to happen is down on the side here, let me just go back. Down on the side here, it'll come up, it's not coming up with anything right now because I haven't done it today, but it'll show you all the people that have connected with you, and a lot of times they will have sent you a message saying, hi, thanks for connecting with me. And this is where you can start opening up conversations. See right here, this is where it is right here, it's all coming up. And a lot of times with, oh, this isn't quite the new Hangout, but it'll say new connections on there. And it'll have people that have text you back. Okay, again, you'll also get an email that has that, so watch your emails for those kind of connections. So for any of you that are actually having difficulty connecting with people or finding people, I've just given you a real simple and easy solution to connect with many people. I do 50 to 100 a day amongst the 3 here of Facebook, LinkedIn, and Google+. Okay, it's something that I highly recommend that you get in the process of doing on a daily basis. It's very simple, but you are going to have to start connecting with people. Okay, and this is a real important thing. Sending out text messages and sending out links is not going to cut it today. Okay, because people when they see links, they may be more inclined to block you or remove you as a contact if you do that. You know, if you have people that you've been interacting with or something, like you have friends on Facebook that you constantly interact with, then it's a different story about saying, hey, you know what, I've just got involved in this new program here. Why don't you give me your opinion on it? Okay? Don't even ask them to join you. Ask them for your opinion. Okay? Because people love to do that. They love to give their opinion. I'm telling you. I don't know how many people love to give me their opinion in many different ways. I won't go into all of them because some of them aren't exactly the great ways, but they like to give you their opinion. Okay? So, Janet, is there anything you want to add on to that?
Well, I was excited to see that, Carl. I know that those social networks all have a bazillion people. I love it when people say, I have trouble connecting with people, I can't find people. And I'm thinking, how can you not find people? But then I realize it's really in the message that they're delivering, and they don't understand what to say to these strangers. And so your approach is amazing. And you know what? The truth is, though, that a lot of the people in our groups would still be uncomfortable approaching strangers and saying, I noticed you're an entrepreneur, let's have a conversation. And I'm just going to say, guys, get over it, all right? Now, the other thing is that you do have lots of friends on Facebook, and you probably already have followers on Google, and you've probably got followers on LinkedIn. So whether you've been in touch with them before or not, get in touch with them, like Carl says. I mean, we've been using the approach, has anybody approached you about the $18 program yet? That's been working great for me. It really has. But pardon me, I love the idea of saying, look, I just joined something new. I'd love your opinion on it. I don't know if you're involved or not. Not looking to recruit, just I'm really looking for opinions on this. I think that's a great one for people that you don't really know. So I never thought of that. I'm going to be adding that to our blog. And for those that are on our personal team, you guys all know I've put a blog together with the step-by-step. Here, do this, do this, do this. It makes it easy. It's in one place. I do have to update it because I'm missing a few things about the Team Global site and how to really, you know, connect it all together, because it's important that you get it set up right. I know we have a lot of our members that they think they've set up their Team Global site and their links aren't working, and I don't know what that is, but I know it's because something's not set up right in Team Global. So we want to help you make sure that your system's working. I was talking to a fellow this morning, and he's got his head all confused, thinking there's so much I have to do. I have so much to learn. I just want to see those that are live. Is there much to do here to set up at Team Global and 4Corners? No. Is there much to learn? No. 5 minutes setup, if that, and then just get out there on your social networks and start talking to people. Get those 4 people. If you haven't got your 4 people yet, you are not talking to enough people in a day. End of. I don't know how to say that enough. And I know a lot of you are sitting there and you're I can just hear the thoughts in your head. You go, I'm talking to a ton of people a day. How many is a ton? 10? Carl's talking 50 to 100. I talk to a ton of people a day. If you're not getting your 4 in a week, you're not talking to enough people in a day. So you need to get off your butt. You need to stop doing what you're doing and get there and talk to those people first. Now, I do a lot of marketing online. I market to safe lists to build my list, to get people through the system. I've got a rotator for our team. It's working really, really well. But that takes a lot to learn. And those that are coming online, man, don't get into doing safe lists and stuff, because that's good. Like, you're gone. You're gone down the rabbit hole. We'll never see you again. But I do recommend that you look at doing solo ads. If you want to get your business going really fast, you're shy to get on social networks, invest some money in solo ads. We'll even help you figure out what solo ads to send. But I can promise you it's going to get you signups. But if you're not getting signups, you're not talking to enough people. And you need to break that barrier down. Find that statement or question that you're going to ask those people that feels right for you. All right, Carl has his approach. You can take that and adapt it. It's been my new thing. All right, I want you guys to listen to this. You need to learn. We all have something different we teach, but we all do the same things. We just do it different. You need to adapt. You need to adapt what you're learning here. You're not going to do it exactly like Carl or exactly like me. You need to adapt it. And then, please, apply it with all your heart and soul. Get out there and do it. This is a no-brainer. I don't even like that term, than this one really is. So get in there, 5 minutes to set up, make sure you're set up right, get connected with the team, and get out there, guys. All right, learn, adapt, apply. Anyone can do this, anyone. And I know that between Carl and I, we can teach anyone to do this. So if you're not doing it, you know what to do. So back over to you, Carl.
Yeah, you know, I'm even considering doing a video walkthrough of what they need to do when they first join, going to the back office, go here, fill this in, go here, do this, go here, do this, and I'll probably do that. One thing that I'm known for is, you know, when I get involved in a program, if there's a process of things you got to do, I usually go out and create a step-by-step to let everybody know, and I'm looking at doing that here in over the course of the next week. When I'm finding more time to get myself open to things, because I'm trying to get a lot of things done. You know, I've just bought a capture page software. If you noticed in the back office of TGI, they have one of the links that's got struggle on there, and you'll see that there's horses running in the background with the video and stuff like that. Well, I just bought that software, and I'm actually going to start creating some 4-corner pages with that. I got some great ideas. I just got to figure out how to put it all together, right? And then once I can figure out how to make an affiliate thing with it, I believe those guys bought the same software. I mean, it has to be. It's pretty much designed the same way. Bo Bridgewater and Clay Montgomery are the ones that created TGI. They're good friends of mine, so I'm going to talk to them. And if I create some pages, I'll see if they want to. You know, they can clone them and put them in there if they like it. So that's some of the other things that I'm doing.
Carl, Scott is obsessed. Scott is obsessed with testimonials. He wants to know how much money we're making. Scott, how much money I'm making, how much money Carl's making is irrelevant. I've been in the program 2 weeks. I'm not making a lot of money, Scott. I'm not. All right, but my team is growing. My team is growing, and this is what I'm excited about, is that I can see the numbers going up. I can see them repurchasing product. I get it. And I know that in another week, my downline is going to look like Mount Vesuvius. It's just going to explode. I can see it. And I know that, you know, it's all about, do you know leaders? Do you know people who can sponsor? If you get them in your business, you're going to grow faster. I'm an organic grower. I'm looking to help an awful lot of people, and so we're getting all our systems into place. But I mean, here's my numbers as of this morning. So I've been in for 2 weeks. 2 weeks today, actually, and I wrote it down here. There we go. I don't have the numbers written down here. Yes, I do. I wrote them down. We're on Tuesday. Here we go. I have 38 personals and 67 in my downline. So I don't know if that helps you. Okay, I'm down 5 levels now. So there's my members are sponsoring. Okay, my spillover is going to my 3rd level, and it's almost full. And then those people are all sponsoring. So it's down 5 levels. All right. So yeah, I get that you want the excitement, but what excites me, Scott, isn't how many people I'm sponsoring. It's the fact that, you know, I've got all these people. I got James at level 2. I've got Steve at level 2. I got Ricardo at level 2. I got Fern at level 2. I got Marva at level 2. I got John at level 3. I got Tanya at level 2. I got Tamara at level 2. I got Wayne at level 2. Do you know what that means? That means that they're making money. They're not making a lot, but they're seeing the activity. They're sponsoring people. They're getting the spillover. That is what gets me excited. And then seeing those numbers going down those levels, people are getting this. It's easy. So yes, I love that you want to hear our excitement. There it is for me. And Carl, I'm sure your team is growing like a crazy band. So you know, Carl's been in this type of business a lot longer.
Well, I've only been in 19 days. 19 days today.
Yep. No, I meant in general. Like, you have a lot of leaders in your group that you've been working with in network marketing, and so it's, you know, I've just started, and I can tell you guys that in 2 weeks my business is going to look a lot different, and so is the business of everyone on our team. So stay tuned. Get excited. If you're not excited yet, goodness gracious, get excited. 18 bucks, really?
I'm going to share something really, really exciting here. Oh, go ahead, Joan, and then I'll go in.
Okay, I want to say that it's the first time in a long time that I've been in the business that the very first day I signed someone up. So that tells me that this works, and I'm going to hit it with all I go.
Awesome. Well, let me just share what's happened with me, and maybe this will give kind of an overall. This is why you need to be excited, okay? I've been in this now 19 days today, okay? I have 122 people in my downline in 19 days, okay? I have 24 personals, okay? Janet's got even more personals than I do. Here's the exciting part, okay? As I've seen my business grow, just like Janet's been watching it, okay, you start to make money as each of your referrals qualifies for the level. So, you know, I'm down 7 levels in my business here, but I'm not necessarily making $120 or $60 a person yet. Here's how it works, everyone, okay? You're going to get spillover. That's a given. In this kind of program, you're going to get it, but it is a big matrix, so I just want to make sure that I make this very, very clear for everyone. I'm sure Janet would say the same thing. You know, spillover is a gift, okay? It's not a guarantee, okay? Especially when you're in a 4x6, that is a massive, massive matrix, okay? And, you know, you're talking 5,000 to 6,000 people in that matrix, okay? I have personally filled a matrix like that. It's taken me 5.5 months to do it when I was working 16 hours a day, 7 days a week. I'm a little old for that now. I will not be working that hard like I used to. Now, filling this matrix here, I could probably do that, but I will say probably 18 months, okay? That's what I will give myself to do that. 18 months. But see, I'm also a guy who doesn't give up after 30 days or 60 days. I go until the company gives up on me. If the company never gives up on me, I'm a lifer, man. Okay? That's what happens. So in this particular thing, I'm going to bring up a little bit of a chart here that I built to explain things like I did on the last Hangout, but I'm just going to go through this here. Here's how things have progressed. Okay? Over the course of 19 days, I have watched my first level, my second level, and 2/3 of my third level fill, and now I'm not getting $4 payments anymore. I'm getting $10 payments now, okay? And by the projection that I have, the way that we're growing, in the next 2 weeks, my $10 payments are going to turn into $24 payments, okay? In about 6 weeks from now, those payments are going to turn into $60 payments, okay? The reason I'm saying this is because as your team is growing, they're progressing to the levels. And as they're progressing to the levels and they're filling their levels in and the people are falling down their levels, that's when the income kicks in. Like right now, you know, I'm qualified to level 4. Janet's qualified to level 4. Both of us are close to being qualified to level 5. Okay, now I'm going to explain how this all works in just a second as we go in. But as we're growing, as we're filling our levels, you are getting income coming in. That income is now being taken and being paid to your other levels. So while I'm talking about this, let me bring up that chart. Okay, so let me just find it here. I'm going to bring it up, and I really want everyone to understand what I'm trying to share here. Okay. Share. Where are we? Here we go. Okay. So Janet, can anybody see my screen? Can they just say yes or no for me, please, so I can hear?
Yep, it just came up.
Okay. So you know, this is just kind of a simple explanation. Okay. In week 1, now this is how in 2 months you can get yourself to, you know, I'm not going to say $500,000, but you know what? I'm going to tell you, you can get to a really nice 5 to 6 figure income in 2 months in this program if people just follow the simple rule of referring 4 people. You keep your focus on, and you know, you got to have a little bit of discipline too. You know, it all depends on how fast you want to get to whatever income level that would help you. You know, some people are in this to make an extra $500 a month. Some are in it to make $2,000 or $3,000 a month. Some are into this making a complete full life change of $5,000 to $10,000 a month or more. Okay, it all depends on what you're willing to do to get there. Anything here is achievable that we're sharing with you, especially at $18. So let me explain how the whole thing works, okay? On level 1, you're going to refer 4 people, okay? Of those 4 people, it's going to create $16, okay? Out of that $16, $10 is going to be taken from that and pay you into the entry into level 2, okay? That leaves you, I've got $4 here, it's actually $6, okay? So that's a typo. So it leaves you with $6 profit at this point. Not a lot, yeah, but what can you expect when you're only getting paid $4 a person, okay? Now, level 2 is going to pay you $4 a person. That's a total of $64. Once you've achieved $25 out of that 64, it's going to take the $25 and pay your entry to level 3. Now, as you progress through and another $29.95 is created in that $64 of income, it's going to take that and it's going to pay for your monthly subscription. So that's going to be taken away, leaving you with a total of actually $15 profit, not $13. Okay? So $15 profit on the first 2 levels. Some people might go, oh man, yeah, I can really get rich off that. Well, let me explain to you what I'm seeing, okay, in 19 days, okay? What I'm now seeing is my first 2 levels have already achieved the fill just about here, and they are now going down to level 3. Level 3 pays out $10 per level, per person. That's $640. So now I'm seeing combinations of $4 and $10 coming in. That accumulates very, very quickly, okay? This is where it starts to get into some pretty serious money. Now again, on the 3rd level, it pays $640. Once you've accumulated $60, it then pays for your level 4 entry, okay? This is the cool part of the program, is that it's actually paying you, because each level has its own payout. But each member has to achieve that level in order to be paid on it. So you could have a matrix that could be down 7 levels like I do, but you're not necessarily getting paid on all of those levels. You're only getting paid on the levels that each person that falls onto it actually is paid to. Does that make sense to everybody? Or have I lost anybody here? Any questions from the panel? Does it make sense? Someone unmute and say yes or no?
Sort of.
Sort of? Okay. Let me go back a bit. Okay. So let's, you know what? Here's even a better thing. I'm actually going to bring up my, I'm going to bring up my, my matrix in here. Okay. Can you guys see this? Maybe you can't see this yet. Let me stop sharing this, and then we'll go to my desktop. Okay. Is that? Hang on a sec. I'm still getting used to this thing here. Okay. Okay. There we go. I just need to see what I'm sharing here first. Okay. So here's what mine looks like. Okay. I'm going to share this with you guys. You know, when I'm looking at the genealogy, I've got people. See these people here? They're qualified to level 2. Okay. So they've got people falling down on my level 3, but these people here that are falling on level 3 are still qualifying them for the first 2 levels. So even though they're on my level 3, I'm still getting paid $4 for these people. Okay. It's once this person here is qualified for level 3 and starts now sponsoring, and he or she is qualified on all. They have both their 2 levels filled. Okay, so that would mean their first level here is filled, their second level. Let's look over here at Janet. Okay, I hope you don't mind me showing this, Janet, but I need to give an example. Okay, so you've got Janet here. Her first level's filled, her second level's filled, and now these people here almost have their 3rd level filled. Okay. Now you've got Johnny here who's sponsored now, who's paid to level 3. Once Johnny has all of these people on his level here filled and they start falling down to level 3, Johnny now, these people here on his first level will then start paying Johnny $10. Okay, once they turn to level 3, once you see them turn to a 3, they are now paying Johnny $10. When when like with Janet here, Johnny, when he turned level 3, paid Janet $10. So anytime these numbers change to whatever number they change to, so they go from 2, at 2 they're only paying $4 out. At 1 they're only paying $4 out. At 3 they're paying 10. When they're at level 4 they're paying 25. Okay? Does that help you understand things a little bit better? Yes? No?
Yes.
Yes.
Okay.
That helps a lot.
Okay. So I needed to show that in order. I hope you didn't mind, Janet. But I needed to show that so everybody can understand what those numbers mean. Okay? It's when those numbers in the back office change from a 1 to a 2 to a 3 to a 4 to a 5. The moment they turn to that 4, the moment they turn to that 5, when they pay that $60 in, you're now getting paid the commission on that because now they've achieved the level and now you're getting paid at that level. Okay, that's how everything starts to connect in here. So those are the numbers you look for and start watching in your back office.
So I just want to comment, Carl.
What's that?
I've never received a $10 payment from John. So not until his downline start paying $10 do I get $10. He's not getting. I have.
You haven't received the $10 yet?
No.
Okay, I have to go back.
You're going to have to look at your downline. I suspect it's when they get to that 3. Then they've paid to 10, you made a matching.
Oh, that's right. When they get to their 3rd level.
Only
You're right.
matching
You're right. When they get to their 3rd level, that's when you start getting the 10, because that's when it started happening to me.
Yeah, so it has to go all the way down. So I'm not, just because John made it to level 3, that simply means he had enough commissions to buy that.
To pay him to that level, yes. But once he does his first 2 and starts putting them in on level 3, that's when he starts. That's when the $10 starts getting paid up. You're correct.
It's just, you know what? I just want to give a little bit of advice to everyone.
Oh no, that was important. I needed to make sure that we knew. Okay.
Yeah, stop focusing on those numbers and get your 4. Number 1, get
That's
your.
all that we have to focus on. Is the 4 people. That's it.
The numbers will happen.
Yeah, they will. Now let me go back to that page I was showing you. Okay, because this is what's so important that everybody understands in here is crap. Hang on a second. Somebody wants in your business. They're barking. Okay. For some reason, it won't let me show that thing again. I don't know why. Hang on. Okay. For some reason, I can't bring up that picture again. But basically, what happens is, on your first 3 levels, once you start getting qualified and the $10 start coming in, whether it's $4 or $10, doesn't matter what it is. Once the money starts calculating, okay, it immediately starts taking money from your commissions and paying you into each level. That's only paid once, okay? So once you've paid your $300, your $150, your $60, your $25, and your 4 and your 4. It's like 500 and I can't remember how much it is. 500 and something dollars. When that's all paid, including your subscription, okay, the subscription is the only thing that they will take $30 a month, the $29.95 every month out of your commissions. But by time you start, if you follow the plan, you do your 4, even if you did your 4 within your first month, I know it's $18 that any one of you can do that in less than that, okay? With what we're going to share with you with the strategic training, the 4 people should easily be done within your first 7 to 10 days, okay? A lot of you haven't had this kind of stuff. This is why we're coming in and doing these hangouts. This is why I've decided to do this. I want these training hangouts. I want everybody to be able to communicate with us, get on these hangouts, fill us up, ask me questions, hit Janet with questions. This is what we're here for, to get you guys going. The last thing that either Janet or I want is for any of you to be not making any money. That doesn't do anybody any good, okay? The whole idea here is to get you all into decent money in your first 30 to 60 days. I personally believe that within 30 to 90 days, we can have everybody that's on this panel and anybody who listens to this to 5,000 plus a month, okay? And I'm not kidding you, okay? This is too easy of a program to do that. A lot of other programs out there that cost $100 a month and $200 a month and stuff like that, a little bit different because now you're looking at emptying wallets at a much higher price. This is an easy way for people. Anybody will take a risk on $18. But here's another thing I want to caution you on, okay? There's going to be a lot of people that are going to say, well, I'll just throw $18 in there and try. This is where you, as a business owner, need to step up and say, wait, stop right there. Are you going to just try this for 30 days, or are you going to work this as a business? Okay? The biggest problem that we don't do as entrepreneurs and marketers online is we don't qualify people as if we're qualifying them or interviewing them for a job. Okay? You know, if with me personally, I'm a little bit different. I'm not like everybody else. I will say no to people. I do it all the time. As a matter of fact, if someone says, well, I'll give it a try for 30 days, and I go, not here, you're not. You can try that over there, but you don't try it here. We build businesses here. So you come in here, your commitment is this. I put down to everybody that I bring into my business that, look, it's an $18 program. This is not a high risk. It is not, but if you're serious about building it, you need to make a commitment to yourself, not to me, not to Janet, not to anybody else. You need to make a commitment to yourself that you're actually going to go out and want to make a living doing this. So your responsibility is either come in at $18 and make sure that you go out and you talk to 4 people, qualify them to come in and build a business with you. I don't care. I don't like using this scenario either, but it is an option for you. It's a pay it forward. Okay? Now, I'm going to caution you again on pay it forward. Okay? Do not, and I repeat, do not pay it forward to somebody who wants to try your business. Okay? Because if that's what you're going to do, either send your money to Janet or to me because you're just throwing it away anyways. You might as well just give us the whole $18. Okay? You know, if you're going to throw it away, throw it away, or just go out into the street and just hand it to somebody. Okay? Just do it. Just do that. Because if you're not, if you're just going to put somebody in your business who's not going to do anything, that harms your business. It doesn't help your business. Okay? If anybody wants to come in, the moment they say, "Was there spillover?" and I say, "What are you looking for?" You need to qualify them. Okay? Anybody who asks me, "Am I going to get spillover?" and I'm going to say, "Is that what you're looking for? Are you looking for a handout? Are you looking for a free ride? Are you looking for a miracle?" And in most cases, I'll ask them, do they have a casino in their local area? Go to the first slot machine, throw $18 in there, and see if you win. Okay? If you don't, well, that's the same kind of situation you're going to be in if you come into my business. Okay? It's a crapshoot at that point. Okay? So I'm a very honest, straightforward person. I'm not going to give you smoke and mirrors. I know Janet doesn't do that. I know Don doesn't do that, and I know most of you on the panel here don't do it because you got great coaching from Janet. Because most of you are with Janet's group that's on here, and who's part of my group. Okay, and we're here to coach you the right way. We want to make sure that you're not sitting there with. I don't want to use that terminology. I got to figure out a different terminology. But people that are, okay, I'm just going to say it, either tire kickers or freeloaders. I can't think of anything else. Okay, and unfortunately, it's not their fault. That's the unfortunate part is, anybody who does that in this industry has not had a mentor. No one has told them. They've had some kind of evil entity on the internet, deviant marketer that has said, just join, just throw your money in, and everything will happen for you. I'm leprechaun. Here's a pot of gold. This is what's going to happen. Your rainbow will slowly shine onto that pot of gold, right? That's what they're selling on the internet, and that doesn't work. The only people that make that kind of money on the internet are the ones that are selling that lie. Okay? So, again, I'm straightforward. Tamara, you know me, and Janet, you know me, and Joan, you know me. I call it like it is. Okay? You're either going to like me or you're not going to like me. But what I say is straight, honest, and it's meant there to help you all. So I don't know if there's anybody else on here who wants to comment on that, on anything I've just shared with you here. And Janet, I don't know if there's anything else you want to additionally share. Go ahead.
Well, I just want to say thank you for your leadership, Carl. Thank you for everything you do. Yeah, we've known each other for many, many years, and this is the first time we've actually gotten together on something that we both are passionate about and excited about. What excites me the most is that we're on the same page. We're here to help the team. I don't know, if there's anybody listening live or they're listening to the replay of this and you're not excited about being a part of this team, then I don't know why you're here. You better check your pulse. You better go see the doctor, because I don't know where you're going to find better mentoring, better training, people who care as much as we do about their success. I mean, yeah, don't get us wrong, okay? Carl and I care about our success too, and we're here to make money. Yeah, okay, I'm not going to lie to you. I'm here to make money, but I know the only way I'm going to make money isn't by sponsoring 1 million people. It's by helping you sponsor 1 million people and helping you help those people. Actually, don't need 1 million. That's how many you need. Count them. 1, 2, 3, 4. Can't stress it enough. If you find 4 and you work with those 4, you are going to make it. So stop complicating it. Come and work with Carl and I. We care about you. We care about your future. We care about your business. And we're here to help. So come on board. We're looking forward to it. Carl, thank you for this. Looking forward to making this a weekly thing.
Yeah, it absolutely is. I did the poll, as you all know, and everybody has come back with this time, 12 noon Eastern on Tuesdays. So this is going to be a permanent fixture for there. Whether we add on more days or not, that'll be decided as we go on. Now, we've got 2 people that have just come on here recently. We've got Valentine and we've got Thomas. So I'm going to go over to both you guys. Valentine, I'm going to start with you first. I know you're fairly new to the group here. I just saw you come in here in the last couple of days. Give us your feedback on what you think and what you see with 4Corners. Over to you.
Hello, everyone. My greetings from Kiev, from Ukraine, from a very young but interesting country, let's say. So I think we have a great community here, and I'm going to introduce this opportunity also on a Russian-speaking world someday. But for now, I'm using some of the tools. I'll be talking to people. So I think it's a great opportunity, and no one can actually find any reason not to join us. Basically, that's my feeling.
Excellent. Well, thanks for your feedback on that, and I absolutely agree.
Thanks, Carl, for your inspiration, for your coaching. But that's the reality. If you want to do it, you can do it always, no matter what. I agree.
You know what? You're gonna find that both Janet and I, well, basically the whole panel. We got Tamara, we've got Joan on here. We have been, marketing for quite a few years, and my passion, I love this industry to death. Okay, I love it to death. I'm in my 35th year in network marketing. I started way back when I was 17 years old. I'm 50, almost 52 now. And I love this to death. I've been through the ups and downs. I've been through the whole thing. But, like I've always said to people, once you get your vision, there's nothing that stops you. There isn't a barricade. There isn't anything, no roadblock or anything that can stop you. You'll either go up it, over it, around it, under it. It doesn't matter. We always find a way to get away from anything that blocks where we're going. Okay, and you're going to learn a lot from us here, Valentine. We're going to be doing these kind of trainings and sharing these kind of strategies every week. We want to hear from you guys. That's why we invite you onto this panel. It's very, very important. It gives you exposure to your teams, so that you can show the leadership that you have. So Thomas, let's go over to you. You and I have never met either, and I'd like to hear from you what your thoughts are on 4Corners.
Hey, Carl. I want to say hello to Don, Janet, and everybody. How y'all doing? I've been doing this about as long as you have too, but I've not done quite as much. But I've worked, job, and I can relate to what you're saying. But this is, this is one of the first groups that I've got with that's really, really that stand out to me. And I was chatting with Janet earlier on the Skype, but I was trying to, it's hard to chat. I'm more of a face-to-face talk person. So I was trying to let her know what I was doing. I wrote a book. That's, that'll explain my why I'm doing this. But I love network marketing. I'm trying my best to get away from a job and do this online full time myself. But if you look at my book, you don't have to buy it. You just go to the site and check it out, and you'll see exactly what my why is. But I just love it. What else can I say? I love it.
This is what I love so much about this is that it's the price point. The price point is absolutely killer on this, and the guys who invented this really knew what the heck they were talking about. Okay, and getting involved with Team Global Impact, with Bo Bridgewater and Clay Montgomery and Barbie Zabel and them. I've known all these guys. I've known them for a few years, and not only are they great marketers, but they keep everything current. And they're probably one of the most ethical people that you will see. Both Bo and Clay are six-figure earners in this industry. Okay, close to 6 figures a month, as a matter of fact. These are guys that are actually living the dream. They vacation 10 out of the 12 months of the year. All of us would love to get to that point. As a matter of fact, we will. Okay, depending on what your drive is and what your focus is. Okay, I can't guarantee that's going to happen to everybody because I don't know what your drive and your focus is. But what our job here is, as leaders, is to get you focused, get you understanding what it takes to build this business. And at $18 a person, it's nothing. Imagine this. Tom, you said you like talking to people. Imagine talking to a university student, okay? I love talking about university students because I hate to say it, but they're the most punished people in all of the world, okay? They are told that if they want to get an education, they've got to spend $20, $30, $50, $100,000 to go and get that education. And then they're thrown out into the world hoping that they're actually going to get a job. And when they don't, and they land themselves a job as a waiter or waitress or something like that, they're still stuck with a $1,500 a month student loan that they have to pay off that they can't claim bankruptcy over. Okay? They can't claim bankruptcy over that. So they could be homeless and still have to go and pay that. Okay? These are the ones that I feel most sorry for in this entire industry, and that's why I talk to a lot of university students, because they are a perfect what am I looking for? Like the perfect people to be in this program. You think about how Facebook was developed. Okay, Facebook was a bunch of guys sitting around in a dorm room figuring out how to communicate with everybody. Okay, that's all that it was. It was just everybody being able to communicate through the internet through an interface, right? And look what it's blown into today. Well, it's the same thing about sitting around. Imagine talking to a university student saying, look, I have a way that I can show you that you can pay off your student loan over the course of time. It's not something that'll happen right away, but over the course of time. And it's something you could start for $18 one time. And all you need to do is refer 4 people at $18. And everybody just has to do that. That's all they have to do. Okay? If that university student had a major amount of student debt that he wanted to get rid of, I will tell you that he won't be just talking to 4. He'll be talking to everybody in his dorm building about that. Okay? Now, this is a guy or gal that you could talk to that could literally go in and just mention exactly what I said to you. They talk to 4 and they go, you know what, I got $18. I got $18. I got $18. You know what? That's 1 or 2 drinks less at the bar on Friday night. That's it. Okay, I hate to bring that up because that's where they hang out mostly, right? But the point is that they will do that, and everybody will all of a sudden be getting 4. Now, within a matter of 1 to 2 months, okay, at the speed that students talk, okay, they could literally have their student loan nearly paid off.
Carl?
Yep.
Hate to cut you off, but it's 20 after the hour. I've got another appointment coming up. Moving forward, let's talk about putting on an agenda here so that we keep our calls to about an hour. But and I appreciate everybody being here. We could go on and on and on.
Yeah. I lost track of time. I apologize.
8 hours, couldn't we? Because it never ends. But you know what, Carl? You hit the nail on the head with university students, college students. How about some grade 12 high school students? You know what? They have more disposable income than you do.
Exactly.
Get out there, teach them early about network marketing. What a brilliant concept. So I love this. I appreciate it. I have to run. I'll turn it back over to you, Carl. But I just want you to think I was rude because I had to run off.
Yeah, and that's fine. We'll probably, what we'll do is we'll call this to an end because I really only wanted to have it to an hour. Knowing me, everybody knows who I am. I mean, I could go on for hours. I don't even look at the clock. So, we will try and keep these to an hour and have a better agenda out there. But everyone on the panel, thank you very much for coming in on this. I know it was a bit of short notice, but we are going to do this at 12 noon Eastern every Tuesday. Okay? So with that said, have a great afternoon. Looking forward to working all with you. Take care, everyone.